videos, which is actually my bad, but New Year's resolution, be more consistent on YouTube, post like more than that. But today I'm going to be talking about some work drama, a little story time about some work drama that actually happened to me. Like, I'm being 100% truthful when I say this. Like, I can't make this up. Like, I genuinely could not make this up if I tried, because it's just crazy. It's crazy actually how things work out, or not work out, like, okay, slightly, I don't know, we'll see. Anyways, work drama story time about how my coworker found out that her husband, my other coworker, was gay. was. He's not dead. Well, Daryl, I don't know if he still does it, because these people don't work at my restaurant anymore. That's why I feel okay to say, talk about this. But, he works as a pastor, or like a youth pastor. I don't really know the difference. I'm gonna be honest, I don't know the difference between those, but maybe one of those. He's a pastor. That's the extent of it. I don't think it was a mega church. I think it was more of a smaller church. So that's not important though. I don't know why I said that. Yeah, that's not important. But I don't know, it was a smaller church, I think. Because I never went to the church, but they would talk about it and it didn't seem huge. I don't know, it might have been a mega church, whatever. I'm taking a lot of liberties with the story, but the core remains the same. Well, I'm not taking liberties with it, I wouldn't say. I'm just saying, expressing my perceptions of the situation, whatever. Okay, so Sally is just the bartender at this restaurant, but Daryl doesn't work as much because he also works as a pastor, whatever. And I guess pastors don't make a lot of money unless you're at a mega church, which is why I didn't think they worked at a mega church, or else he wouldn't probably need a second job. But Daryl, he's a pastor and also a bartender, but he doesn't work as much as Sally because he also is being a pastor, so whatever. So, Sally and Daryl never really were too affectionate. I mean, it is a workplace, so you wouldn't really necessarily want there to be PDA or whatever, obviously, because you don't want husband be grabbing your ass while you're trying to serve this guy drinks, whatever. But at the same time, I feel there's kind of an intimacy that should be that not should be, but kind of is there. You can feel it around couples. You can feel it in the way that they talk to each other, in the tone that they use, in the proximity, how close they're standing. Obviously they're not going to be making out because it's at work, but I feel you can kind of detect some sort of intimacy when they're a couple. I mean, maybe not after you've been married for a while. I guess love starts to fade, whatever. But in my experience, the other couples that worked at my restaurant or are still working at my restaurant, you can tell they're a couple. But Sally and Daryl, everybody knew they were together. But if you were to just be some stranger that walks in, I don't think you could guess, because they didn't really act like it. So I don't know, maybe their marriage was on the rocks or something, but in my eyes, they just didn't seem very coupley, whatever. Anyways, so I had just started working there, and well, I don't even know, it's 2023, whatever. It's 2023 and I start working there, and Sally and Daryl already work there, whatever. And so this story kind of gets blown, gets out in the open a year later, literally a year later. But I guess it had been happening for kind of a while. started to sort of like demonstrate that with like this busser that worked there. Let's name this busser. Let's name him Jack. Okay? Jack was very obviously homosexual, okay? You know, you had one conversation with the guy and you're like, okay, this guy, he doesn't play for my team, he doesn't swing my way as a woman, like as a woman having a conversation with him. Very, very flamboyant, okay? And, you know, Jack, like Lady Gaga said, you know, I'm beautiful in my way. Transgender, lesbian, gay. I'm on the right track, baby. I was born this way, right? But that's not what I'm trying to say. But it is important to the story that Jack is gay, okay? And Daryl and Jack started acting a little weird sometimes, because I don't know how to explain it. Like, there was just always this vibe, like that. It was like tension almost. Like, I would catch Daryl like looking over at Jack, and then but Jack on the other hand would in my eyes, I don't know if he was actually doing this, like avoid eye contact with Daryl, because I don't know what was really happening like behind the scenes necessarily, but something fishy was going on, you know what I mean? I was like, is there like some animosity with Daryl and Jack? Like, what's going on? Like, Daryl and Jack are they like beefing? Like, what? Turns out they were not beefing, if you know what I mean. But essentially, Daryl and Jack had this sort of like unspoken like tension, but also like this sense of like knowing, like it wasn't just some sort of like animosity. It was more of like a deeper feeling, right? But anyways, I get these weird vibes, but whatever, like time goes on and I'm just like, okay, these guys are just weird, whatever. Because I'm not really in the loop when it comes to work drama. Like, I'm not really like the one you go to when you're like, what's happening with these people? Because I'm gonna be honest, like, I have no clue. And like, I didn't even learn about this scandal until like way after like everything went down, because I'm just out of the loop, I guess. But essentially, Daryl and Jack were having an affair. I know, who saw that coming? Literally everyone. Except for me. I didn't, because who is gonna like see that coming? Because, well, like me, like I'm talking about the like real life people, maybe like you listening to the story, breaks loose. Because, well, like, okay, I need to preface this. It didn't, like, get out, but, like, somebody, like, found out and, like, told Sally. So, like, it wasn't, like, widespread. I wasn't living that much under a rock where I, like, wouldn't know this had happened. But, anyways, my coworker, let's name him Logan. So, Logan finds out about this affair between Daryl and Jack, and he's like, oh my god, dude, like, I have to tell Sally. But he goes and he talks to Daryl. He's like, bro, like, what? Like, does your wife know about this? And Daryl's like, no, you can't tell her, like, whatever, blah, 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 blah. Obviously, because, yeah. And so, Daryl is like, I guess, panicking. I would be panicking. And I don't know. This is like an interesting part of the story that I think I would like to know. Daryl's stance on gay people, because I know a lot of religious folks are against that. Like, no, against, like, homosexuality and, like, gay people, whatever. So I would love to know, like, maybe that's why he, like, married Sally. Oh my god, I'm coming up with my, like, own conspiracy theories right now. But anyways, whatever. So, what did I name him? I named him Logan. Anyways, Logan is like, okay, dude, like, I gotta tell Sally, like, I don't know, like, what you want, like, and so Logan, like, tells Sally, and, like, I don't even know what happens after that. Like, I guess Sally just, like, didn't, like, from what I've heard, I guess Sally, like, just, like, denied it, even though there was, like, eyewitness proof. And I guess she's, like, I don't know if she's still in denial, but, because, oh my god, they're still together. Like, they have kids. Did I mention they have 2 kids? Oh my god, I don't know their names or their ages or anything. I'm not actually, like, I didn't really ever talk to them because, I don't know. There were a lot of people in the restaurant, okay? Now I'm wishing I, like, had to talk to them more so I could, like, get more behind the story, but whatever. So essentially, where was I? Oh my god. So, essentially, okay, yeah. Sally is, like, denying this. Like, Sally's like, that my husband wouldn't do that. Like, my husband's not as good. Like, my husband's a good Christian man, whatever. Because, like, he's a pastor. Like, what? Pastors aren't supposed to cheat on their wives. But, anyways. So, like, I guess, okay, let's go back to, like, my perspective, because that's just what I've heard. Daryl and Sally, like, I don't see them, and I'm like, that's weird. Like, people just don't, like, quit on, like, that. Like, what? Anyways, and so I was like, that's weird. Like, I haven't seen them in a while. Like, maybe they're on vacation, whatever. I come to find out that they've, like, quit, essentially. And then this whole, like, thing, like, I get told about this, like, whole story, and I'm just like, wow, that's crazy, man, you know what I mean? And Jack also disappears off the face of the earth. I'm assuming they all quit. I think that Daryl and Sally are still together. I know, crazy. I think, because I've heard from people that they're still together, but, you know, I can't say for sure. Anyways, I'm not that good of a storyteller, so I don't know, like, how interesting this story was, but anyways, and it literally therapist, and it was actually so fun to hear about. I mean, probably not fun for like Sally or Daryl or Jack, but whatever, like, it's fine. I guess, like, I don't know what else I'm supposed to say to that, but essentially, Daryl is gay, and he was cheating on his wife. I hope he's not still cheating on his wife. I hope maybe they've, like, worked it out because of the kids, or, like, I don't know. I wish I had a better conclusion to this story. That would be good. But essentially, Daryl cheated on Sally with Jack, and it's unfortunate. It's really unfortunate for everybody involved, especially, like, Sally. I feel bad for her because, like, her whole life's, like, a lie. Like, her whole life is, like, upended, whatever. But, anyways, Logan told all of us this, which I don't know if he should have told us, because that's kind of, like, sensitive information, but whatever. It happened, like, a while ago, I guess, so I guess it's fine to, like, and I'm, like, keeping their identities as private, like, it's not like they're gonna be exposed by this, so don't even worry, guys. I have morals, I have ethics, but that's just really interesting to me, because it's like a legend at my restaurant now, like Daryl and Sally, like this story, and it's honestly sad, but this probably happens way more than I think it does, like, especially because men, like, aren't allowed to be really gay. Maybe, I don't know, especially, like, pastors or whatever. But, I don't know. Anyways, that's my story, that's my work drama. Let me know if you want a part 2 of some more work drama, or, like, I have other videos coming up planned, so if you